Okay. I guess everything is set. Uh, Figure drawing demo today in charcoal, just regular old fine charcoal, or willow. It is, yeah, willow charcoal. I'm just gonna go through the process as how I would approach it. I have this lovely reference, um, and the first thing I want to do is capture basically the gesture, and control a bit the proportions. I don't think I want to try to be as accurate or true to reference as possible, but definitely, of course, want to establish the proper proportions. I like to usually begin with kind of plotting out the central mass in such a case as this. Let me see if this shows up. It doesn't really show up. I think I'll use a little bit. Yeah, I have a little bit of a bolder piece of charcoal here. I'll quickly file it down to a little bit of a taper. Wipe it clean. Let's see. Does this show up? Oh yeah, that's nice. So I'm guessing this is about the proper height for the torso. The head on top would probably result in something like that. It's just an estimate, a very rough estimate, but seems to be in the ballpark. I'm just gonna continue basically getting my overall kind of shape or gesture in for the torso, just giving me something to judge at a later point. The head tilted up, a little bit lower, maybe the line for the shoulders. Somewhere here, the head. I guess it's all just a sketch, and as I progress, I ought to get closer and closer to the final desired result. And so maybe I would normally use a little bit of a lighter touch, but on the other hand, it's quite nice to have to come in with a little bit more of a bold, heavy stroke, and just show you that that doesn't mean anything is going to be irreparable or out of control. Okay, onto the central torso here. Maybe the head is just a tiny bit large, but we'll see. I'm at least quite close to what I think I want. Bottom of the rib cage. This arch. Let me just check the angle. Oh well, maybe I should exaggerate it a bit. End up there. Where's need an eraser? Yeah. So I'll quickly throw in a very gestural sense of the arm, the hand resting on the side inside the waist. I of course shouldn't forget to just have fun with it, play around, get something down on a piece of paper, and see where it takes me. Enjoy the strokes, enjoy the feel of the charcoal. I'm having a look in the mirror now. Not much to really be abhorred by at this point. We'll stick with this one for just a few more minutes. Let's see. I do want to try to get her belly, tummy, and the curve of her hip. I want to get it in. And then, of course, see where the arm is going to end up. A little bit like that. And then we see maybe one knee over here and the other one over there. Okay, this starting to look okay. Now thinking that the head ought to be a little larger. Yeah, something like this. Maybe with a bit of a finer piece of charcoal. I can see whether I can draw in some of the finer details, specifically, of course, around the face. Not sure how refined and detailed I want to get, but I can definitely look for some indication of the features where they would occur. Yeah. Of course, nothing here is final, set in stone. One of the great benefits of this fine charcoal is that it's quite fickle and thus also easy to correct, to smudge out, to manipulate. Now looking for the mass of the breast here. And I think it's located properly, it just needs to be a bit lower. I can't draw the entire shape that envelops the mass, just to see how it aligns with or positions itself in relation to the rest of the figure. This seems to be okay. And then we drop down from there to find indication of the thumb and eventually the fingers here. Beautiful curve in the palm of the hand. This kind of tension. And from the thumb it curves up. It's actually, yeah, indeed, pretty much aligned horizontally with the lower portion of the breast and of the cast shadow. That's close enough. On the other side, we just see the silhouette. Probably gonna treat an area, probably this area, quite loosely. I find this sponge here. Let's see what it gives me. It's a fun little sponge. And I think I'm already at a stage where I just want to push in some darks. Really have a nice block in. So I'm gonna squint, and while I do so, I grab a chunk of charcoal. We have about 12 millimeters in thickness, in diameter, and I'll cut off a nice piece. Maybe something like this. There we go. Always worthwhile breaking it in, kind of going all around and getting the initial somewhat hardened layer off of there. Should do this on a completely separate piece of paper, by the way, but okay. So, okay. Let me write it down a bit. I need a new paper towel. And I'm gonna have one more look in the mirror. I'm taking my time, so it's for me a loose sketch, and nothing that needs to yield thousands of dollars or whatever. But I'm just the kind of person that likes to take their time, even for a loose sketch. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna over work it or over refine it. At least I hope not. But uh, it just means that for me that's the most fun, just to relax and have a go at something like this and not worry about being under time pressure or whatever. By the way, I'm squinting all the way now. And where I can, I just take this large chunk of charcoal. I see a little bit more of an indentation for the rib cage here. Yeah. Nice cast shadow on the leg, on the arm as well. Well, I'm gonna probably spend most of my attention on the torso part, but I think I do want to indicate a little bit of the arm and of course around the face and neck as well. And once again, squinting is the motto here. You see that little dimple there? It's, at least to me, immediately gives the impression that there's a somewhat of a smile going on. So it doesn't take much. If it's the right touch, just a single touch can purport a whole lot of information or quite some significant information. And also to me, that's kind of the challenge, the beauty of this way of drawing and figure drawing is to kind of study efficiency. So, what are the least amount of a number of strokes that I need to convey something quite convincingly and beautifully as well, of course. And I have to say I'm a mere student in that, not a master by any means. Like this charcoal. A little bit more chunkiness also around the arm and the deltoid. And as you see, I can get quite dark and bold already with this value. It's not going to stay this dark if I start wiping it out and blending it, blurring it. So in that regard, don't have to be too careful. Just careful enough. maybe have a little bit more of a indication of the back of the buttocks and underside of the leg, somewhere over here. Okay. I should probably just start the next phase, meaning I should try to establish some halftone values, transitions between light and dark, gradients, and not fiddle about too much longer in this blocking stage anymore. But you know, it's up to me after all, right? All right. Um, I'll check in the mirror again. I'll take a little bit of distance. I see a little bit of a squareness in the jaw that's probably a bit too much, but I guess overall it suffices. Okay, I'll take a short break and be back soon.